Hello, everybody. I'm Hezru, and welcome to the podcast.
Hello, I'm Lunmie.
Welcome back, Lunmie.
Thank you.
It's uh, it's been a while. Been on a bit of a hiatus, um, but we're back just in time for Halloween.
Oh,
You just like cut,
books.
you just cut out, so all I heard was like, oh.
Really? What?
Yeah, it was
That's
weird.
oh,
Okay,
that's sad. I was trying
yeah,
to make ghost sounds.
I know.
Insert ghost noises
Insert
here.
ghost noises. Um, so yeah, we're recording this. Well, actually, it's Halloween in a few days, so it's good timing.
Yeah.
Um, do you enjoy Halloween?
I like Halloween a lot, actually. Like, it's hypothetically one of my favorite holidays, I think. And I say hypothetically because I feel like it's been forever since I actually celebrated or did anything. But usually I like Halloween festivity and all that stuff.
Yeah, I like the spooky mood that comes around. You know?
It's yeah. Well, what's funny is like I really dislike being scared. I don't like horror movies or video games, but I still enjoy horror themed things.
Hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, it's weird. I like Halloween, but I'm a scaredy cat.
Yeah, you know what's interesting to me is like, I mean, we live in a place where we have 4 seasons and it gets cold. So
Four, 4 seasons plus 3 winters.
yeah, uh, but like Halloween to me is like it's almost like symbolic of my fear of the cold because it starts getting colder and
That's really funny.
and then I'm like, "Oh, I gotta," and then it's spooky, so then it's like this whole vibe of I want to just curl up in a ball.
That's funny. I mean, it did snow last year on Halloween. Did you know it
Yeah.
snowed actually a few days ago?
Yeah, I saw that.
It snowed even early. That's insane. I don't think it's
It's
ever snowed in this area that
snowing.
early.
Yeah, it's snowing earlier and earlier.
Yeah, for us it's usually I think usually November, like mid-November is when we get our first like frost, our first snow.
Yeah, it's usually in November, but
Hmm.
the last couple years has been October, snowfall.
It's cold.
Yeah, which, I mean, we're adults now, so we don't trick or treat, but I'm just imagining, like, as a kid,
Yeah, I would not want to go out trick-or-treating
because
if it was that cold.
last year was like snowing during the day and in the evening.
Yeah, it was like legit
So,
snow.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
a couple inches, right?
yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
I actually don't know what did like people just cancel trick or treating, or were kids going out in the snow last year?
Yeah, I don't freaking know.
I just remember I think I was at work, but I just remember walking out at night after work, and then I was like, "What? It is snowing."
What is this?
What is
What is the
this?
white thing in the air?
What is this? Yeah.
It's
Like
cold.
did I just fast forward to Thanksgiving season? But yeah, I don't know. I like the whole vibe of Halloween. Like you, I also don't like being well, I don't like jump scares, but I like being kind of creeped out. Sounds funny.
Sounds so funny.
Yeah, it sounds kind of
Well,
weird.
yeah, you enjoy horror movies and such better than I would.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. There's like, well, here's the thing. I can't be creeped out and then just like continue on my day after that. Like I need something to recalibrate myself afterwards. Like I need something joyful or silly after being scared.
Hmm.
So like if I watch a horror movie, I'm creeped out. I think I'll follow it up by watching a bunch of like random YouTube videos. To,
Puppy videos,
yeah,
cat
or
videos.
like something wholesome, like just something to like bring my mind back into like a positive mood.
So funny. I don't know what is with me. I don't know if it's because of like certain horror movies I watched when I was little,
Mm.
I haven't I haven't even really watched a horror movie in a long time, like years. I think because when I was little, I watched some horror movies that just it made me scared. Like for you, you said you need like the rest of the day or night to like
Well, I don't need.
watch like cute, like just wholesome things or just like chill
It
for a
doesn't.
little
It
while.
doesn't. It doesn't take that long. Like I don't. It doesn't take me
Yeah,
like an entire day to recover. It probably just takes me like
yeah,
an hour of watching something else.
yeah. For me, it was like I need a whole week.
Okay, well,
I don't know. I don't know how I am now because it's been so long since I watched horror. But when I was little, it definitely like freaked me out a lot.
yeah. I guess if you're little, I mean, horror freaked me out when I was little too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to try watching horror now because I'm just like it's
I
too stressful. I don't want to deal with that.
it's too stress. I
Oh,
watched.
no stress in real life.
Yeah. You know
Uh,
what's horrifying? Real life.
yeah, yeah, actually, no.
2020 is
Oh God.
one big horror movie.
Uh,
Uh, yeah. I mean, I don't think. I think a normal kid would be scared of horror movies. Uh, I watched it when I was a kid, and I forever hate clowns.
yeah, I watched The Ring and I'm scared of TVs.
That's funny.
I'm kidding. I'm not. But
Oh, I was like, wait, really? Like, I haven't noticed that.
uh, no. You know what's funny though? For a long time, I think the static in TVs did bother me. It didn't really
Hmm.
scare me, but it would make me uncomfortable.
I think I listened to. Oh man, what was it? It was like an audio horror story or something one time, and it like made use of staticky radio noises as part of its story.
Oh,
That was also kind of creepy.
hmm. That's interesting. I've never tried listening to like horror story, like audiobook
Yeah.
basically.
Well, I don't think it was it wasn't like a long, it wasn't like a full book. It was just something what was it? I can't remember. It was something on the radio,
Oh, okay.
which made it that much creepier because it was like on the radio. But it was like
Oh,
but it was like intentional uh like radio white noise that they added to it as
oh,
part of the story. I can't remember
that's
what it
pretty
was.
cool.
But yeah, I used to like listen to the radio at night and like random
Hmm.
shows and music and whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, horror movies. Well, we watched Train to Busan recently together.
Yeah, we did.
That's horror genre.
Yeah, that's like an example of a horror genre, but it's not intended to really scare the audience, in my opinion. It's
Hmm.
more of a thriller. It puts you on edge, but it's not trying to scare you or creep you out. Because I feel like that, particularly Train to Busan, I feel like the intent is thriller plus drama, I guess.
Yeah, I would definitely think of it more as a thriller.
Hmm.
Uh, but I'm also someone who's not freaked out by zombies that much, so I don't know. Maybe if someone's really freaked out by zombies, maybe they find it frightening.
Mm, yeah.
Um, but yeah, zombies are like not a. I don't know why zombies don't freak me out that much. Maybe because I feel like they can be beaten.
I mean, you've played like a lot of zombie video games, anyways, haven't you? Like the type where you
Yeah.
fight back anyway.
Yeah, I mean I've played like Left 4 Dead 2 and what else did I play? World War Z.
Yeah. I feel like any
Uh,
horror in which you can fight back is like it already drops the fear level by quite a bit, I think.
yeah, that's how I feel too. Like if yeah, like if you could fight back, it's like you could do something about it. I think what freaks me out is when I feel like I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Are you in terms of like spooky stuff, do you get more freaked out by like ghosty kind of things?
Um, Yeah, I would say so.
Because a lot of times ghosts are like compared to zombies, ghosts are less concrete, I guess. Literally less physical.
Yeah. So you know what's weird? Uh, this came up slightly when I was talking to a friend the other day. Uh,
Mm,
ghosts do like if I compare ghosts versus zombies, I guess we're kind of doing like a weird comparison of spooky things right now. Ghosts versus zombies, I think I'm more scared of ghosts. Uh,
mhm.
but then like ghosts versus aliens, I think I'm more scared of aliens.
Aliens?
Yeah. So, and I'm thinking of aliens in terms of like the Alien movie franchise.
See, again, like I have not watched watched very little horror, so like
I think
I
what I'm
don't know.
I think what I'm realizing is my fears are shaped by these movies I've watched.
Aha.
Yeah. No, because in the Alien movies, like, which goes against what I just said about zombies, right? Because like zombies, you can fight against them, so I don't fear them as much. I guess if you use that logic, you would say,
Yeah, same thing with
you could
aliens.
fight against aliens, right? But there's something about like the aliens in the movie franchise where I'm just like, there's no fighting it. Like you're just fucked.
Interesting. Well, I haven't seen it, but for me, both aliens and zombies are very I don't know how to describe it, but like
Like monsters
it's
kind of thing.
more yeah, and it's also more closely rooted in like sci-fi-ish.
Mm.
So if there's a science aspect to it, it's just not as scary, I think. Or well, because like
You're like
hypothetically,
you're
if
like
it's rooted in science, you can
yeah.
understand it. It's
Oh,
you know,
I thought you were gonna be like, I'm gonna out science this.
what does that even mean?
I don't
Or
know.
throw some beakers at it.
Throw beakers with glowing solution.
It's a highly concentrated acid.
I mean, I wouldn't want a beaker thrown at me.
I mean, okay.
Just say it. If somebody throws a beaker at me, especially if it contains something in it, I think I would actually freak out because I'm like, I don't know what's in that beaker.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not water. So,
Could be juice.
I mean, look, if somebody throws a cup at you with something versus
Uh,
a beaker with you at something, which one is more unsettling?
why would it be? I don't know, man. I see people just use beakers for like just dumbass shit. So maybe I'm just not that concerned.
Oh,
I
what?
mean, for one, beakers are made of glass, so I guess that's also concerning. You wouldn't want glass smashing on you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Anyways, geez, on a fucking tangent.
What? You don't, it's not something you think about, but maybe you should. What happens if someone throws a beaker at you? Anyways,
Fucking dodge.
I
I
want
don't
to
know.
move on. Dodge. Yeah, Gohan would be screwed. Uh,
Uh,
I forgot what we were talking about.
we're talking about spooky things,
Oh,
monsters, ghost
yeah,
aliens,
yeah.
zombies.
So okay, so for you, aliens, zombies, not as spooky as ghosts.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of fear comes from unknown.
Hmm.
Generally fear, I think fear, the sense of fear in general is a result of lack of knowledge or like danger, I guess.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of this off the top of my head right now,
Hmm.
but yeah, so I feel like because there are different kinds of fears, right? There's like unsettling, paranoia, kind of creepy fear,
Right.
which I guess is kind of like ghost things or paranormal activity. And then there's fear, like, you know, the horror movies uh, that have like serial killers. There's fear of like actual danger, like really like
Yeah.
confrontable danger kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
so I think a lot of times monsters tend to fall into the more like thriller-esque, physical, confrontable kind of fear, I guess.
That makes sense.
That's how I see it at least.
So like what about like what about like horror stories or movies where it's like a serial killer? Does
It,
that is that creepy to you or scary to you?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know if I've watched any now that I think about it. Um, oh, you know what? I watched Shining,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
the scariest parts wasn't I forgot his face. Or forgot his name. What's his face? What's his name? Uh, the scariest
The
part
main
is not.
character.
Yeah, the scariest part I don't think is the main character hunting down his family. I think the scariest parts were some of the more like creepy, unsettling parts. God, it's hard to remember. I guess like the twins, the part where the little boy is just like kind of going through the halls,
Hmm.
and the
Spo
perspective is like really weird.
Spoilers, I guess, but also this is a really old movie, so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Um, but yeah, for serial killers movies, it is definitely a different kind of fear, I think. It depends on how, it also depends on how it's filmed,
Hmm.
because some of them have jump scares, and jump scares are really annoying. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's different than more ghost-oriented horror, I guess.
Well, like I guess outside of the structure of the movie or the events of the movie, like just the thing itself. Like I guess I'm curious, like what is your ranking of like what's freaky to you? Like like serial killer. Like if you were to encounter this,
Oh, uh,
you know what I'm saying?
it's hard to really, um,
Maybe
because
that's
again, it's just very different. I still think
yeah.
it's a different kind of fear.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of
Uh, It'd
hard
probably be
to
a lot of like panic and like in the moment. Like I don't know.
like every everything it would be just panic, just be like, "Oh gosh, what's
Panic.
happening?"
Well, I mean, I guess serial killer is more uh it's a human,
Yeah.
and therefore that in itself is scary because you know what it is. I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Because like if
it
you
feels more real, like it could
yeah,
actually happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if like um I guess if it was more a monster or a ghost kind of thing, it'd probably be in like a moment of shock for a little while, like processing it, because it's just like
Mm,
you don't imagine it would be real. I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah. And like I guess the whole thing was real also is like how superstitious people are,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
true.
Like do
You know
you
what's funny?
yeah.
Huh? What?
No, what's funny? I want to hear what's
Oh,
funny.
well, not really. Okay, not really funny, but going
Oh,
off of the whole real, not real thing.
yeah.
Um, in a way, sometimes hearing someone talk about a ghost story or tell a ghost story, sometimes that's actually more unsettling than like watching a ghost story, a ghost movie or something, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, do you believe in ghosts?
A little bit because of you. And
Because I am a ghost. Dun, dun, dun.
dun, dun, dun. It's I
Plot
don't know. It
twists.
ghosts. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I think I kind of believe a little bit in spiritual kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah. You believe there's something spiritual
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. And I don't think that's freaking like some people are really adamant not believing in ghosts,
Mm,
but like I don't think it's a crazy idea.
mm.
Like even like scientifically, you could probably make that into like a sci-fi kind of thing.
Well, I mean, there's all that stuff with ghost hunting, especially now with phasmophobia. For any gamers out there, is really hot right now. Uh,
Yeah.
they have their I mean, I haven't really like looked into it in detail, but like they have their methods of hunting ghosts or proving ghosts or whatever.
Oh, ghost hunting?
Yeah, yeah,
Like actual hunting? Oh,
yeah.
I never really looked into it.
I never looked into it either, but I mean, it just feels like there's enough interest in it, or at least like curiosity in it, that I feel like most people are they they they're they may not know whether they believe in it or not, but there's still that kind of like they're not sure. So
No, yeah.
maybe,
I mean, I wonder if it's funny. I keep looking at things in a science perspective, but just
yeah,
maybe there's there are ghostly kind of things that we would label as ghosts right now,
right.
but in the future there's a scientific explanation for it, maybe? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's entirely possible. It's like back then when people thought thunder and lightning were like
Yeah. Back
signs from
then,
the gods.
yeah. Back then people believed a lot of science stuff was magic or supernatural, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if ghosts. I guess I don't know if I believe in ghosts. I believe in um people's perspective, I guess. Like I
Hmm.
how do I put this? This is getting
Like
philosophical.
people's like you believe in people's experiences, or what do you mean? Like, or people's
Yeah. Like if someone says they have a ghost experience, and they tell me about it and stuff and explain all the stuff, like I would believe that they
something weird happened.
believe in whatever. Yeah, but I don't know if it's really ghost or if it's just
Yeah.
unexplained science kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like yeah, there's a lot of these kind of unexplained things that people experience. And then
Hmm.
it's like uh at some point you can't just call them all crazy. You know what I mean?
That's that's how you get the freaking like witch trial.
Yeah, 'cause it's like maybe if it's like one crazy story that one person said, maybe it's made up or they're crazy. But when it's like you get so many instances of it from so many different people, from so many different backgrounds, you kind of have to feel like, well, there's something here. Like scientifically, there's something. There's a correlation, something's going on.
Yeah.
So,
I, I don't know why I'm like suddenly thinking of Game of Thrones and the people that say they saw the White Walkers and nobody believed them. But then look what happened.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like that, those stories are all over the place. It's like, well, where these stories come from? All these people seeing White Walkers and stuff, right?
Mm.
It, I, I'm kind of a, like you say, you always think about things scientifically. I always think about things like in terms of data and statistics. So I'm like, if there's this many data points of people experiencing similar things, it's like to me that's a pattern. And to me a pattern means there's something behind it.
Yeah, it's true. You know, whether or not it's paranormal or if it's just some
Yeah.
unexplained, unexplored science thing.
Yeah, and I there's a difference between saying there's a pattern and trying to explain the pattern.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like I can say definitively there's a pattern, but I can't say why that's a pattern. Like maybe
Mm.
it's human psychology that's leading to this pattern, or maybe it is something paranormal. I don't know. I don't know what's causing it, but there's definitely a pattern.
Yeah, like the most common thing is like sleep paralysis, right?
Yeah,
Very
which
common, pretty common experience, and I think
I think they've tried
it.
they've come out with some scientific explanation of that.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, it is a thing that people experience, and I think a
Yeah.
lot of it seems like a lot of people's accounts of ghost experiences can be attributed to sleep paralysis, basically,
Yeah.
or something. There's like some correlation there, I guess. So that's an example of like, well, I believe that these people believe what they felt or saw,
Mm,
but maybe it's like explained by something else or whatever.
yeah. And to go back to your comment about you believe in ghosts because of me,
Yeah. You want to share your stories?
I know people are listening are just like, hold up, you can't just drop that bomb and move on. Uh, uh, yeah, so
Whoa,
I
spooky, spooky.
yeah, we're gonna go into I guess spook alert. I don't know. If you're creeped out by ghost stories, maybe don't listen to this part. But uh,
I've heard it multiple times, so I'm just
it's
thinking.
not that I don't know. I don't think it's that creepy. But I have experienced sleep paralysis before multiple times. Uh, where it's like you're I'm consciously aware, and I like literally cannot move my body. It's not just like for people who haven't experienced it, it's not like you're just groggy or you're like really sleepy. It's not like you're sleepy and you can't wake up. It's like you're consciously awake, like fully awake, but you cannot physically move.
Dude, just that itself kind of sounds scary. I've never had this
Well, well,
ever, so it's just like it's hard for me to like wrap my mind around it.
it's happened twice to me in my life. The first time it happened to me, I freaked out. Not because of like I wasn't even thinking of paranormal. The first time it happened to me, I thought I was paralyzed.
Mm.
like like
I
I
mean,
thought
yeah, it sounds freaky.
like I thought I woke up and I was just like now paralyzed. Um,
So, hold on. So how exactly you say you're paralyzed, but like your limbs, your
yeah, so I
like
remember
can
lying.
you blink? Can you move your eyes around?
So I remember lying in bed. The only thing I could do was move my eyes, and I remember freaking out and like I was like, why can't I move? And then if anyone listened to our previous podcast episode where we talk about dreams, I for a, for a moment in my head I was like, am I dreaming?
Yeah, you and your realistic dreams.
Yeah. Um, because I have realistic dreams. So I was like, I don't know, this is crazy. So then, like, I was there for what felt like a long time, and then I was like, why can't I move? And I kept trying to move my fingers. I was like, can I even wiggle my finger? And I was just like, I don't know. I was focusing all of my willpower and energy into trying to move my finger, and I couldn't move my finger.
So, but okay, can you could you feel like did you have a blanket on you? So could you still feel like
Yeah,
your pillows on? Oh, okay,
yeah. I had a blanket
interesting.
on me, and I could feel that, but I couldn't. Yeah, I just couldn't move anything. I could move my eyes and I could look around. I couldn't speak either. I couldn't open my mouth. I couldn't like. It was just the only thing I could do was move my eyes around.
But also like breathe, obviously.
Oh yeah, I was could breathe. Yeah,
So
no.
I mean, where were you like hyperventilating? Because that's kind of scary if you never have experienced it before.
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think I was hyperventilating. Hyperventilating. I mean, I feel like I would have felt something if I was hyperventilating, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, go on. Sorry.
yeah, no, but that was kind of a moment of panic. So the first time that happened to me, I didn't even attribute it to anything paranormal. I guess to wrap it up, like I eventually was able to move my finger, and then it was like a switch just like flipped, and all of a sudden I could move.
What the hell? That is so weird.
And
How long did it take? Do you know?
I mean, I don't know because I didn't like see a clock. I couldn't like see
Well,
the clock or
yeah.
anything.
I mean,
It
okay.
felt like a long time.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Anyways, go on.
but the
Fascinating.
aftermath was that was just I just remember like I could suddenly move again. I got up. I was kind of in a cold sweat.
Oh.
And I just kind of went to the bathroom, washed up, and I was just like, well, that was freaking weird.
Oh. Interesting. How
Um,
do you remember how old were you when this first happened?
uh, I'm gonna say maybe like
Uh,
preteen, like something like
mm-hmm.
that.
I see.
So that's the
Then
first
it
time it
happened.
happened. What's that?
Yeah, that happened multiple times.
Yeah, and then it happened another time. The second time it happened to me, it felt more paranormal, and I'll explain why. I was in college. It happened again. I had sleep paralysis, was fully conscious, couldn't move. But this time, like when I was looking around, the room felt like kind of hazy. Now it was dark, or it was kind of like it was dawn or whatever. Like it full. I don't think the sun had fully risen yet or whatever. So
Oh, so there's some light then?
there's just a little bit of light.
Oh, okay.
But it was really dark in a room. But at the same time, there was like a weird kind of haze everywhere I looked.
Mm.
So this is gonna sound crazy, but I felt like there was a presence, quote unquote, in my room. Uh, and I swear I looked in the corner and I thought I saw a shadowy figure in the corner of my bedroom. Now, the weird thing was, I feel like a natural reaction would be like freaking out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but I had this weird vibe from this figure or whatever of like, um, it didn't, I didn't feel any malice from it.
Hmm.
So I almost was like okay with it in a weird way. It was like a weird feeling I was getting. Like I didn't feel threatened. Uh, and like yeah, so the figure was just there.
Wait, did you? It was like it stayed there, like you saw it and you stared at it?
Yeah, and because
Oh,
I was
okay.
paralyzed.
Uh, well, I wasn't sure if you meant like it like was like you thought you saw it at a glance, or if
Oh
it like
no,
it was there.
it was just like there. But this is what I'm saying was like I felt like everything I saw was kind of hazy, so I was like trying to focus on it,
Okay.
but I couldn't like make out exactly what I was seeing. I just felt like there was a figure there.
So you
And
definitely were you were not as awake as like the first time that you had the sleep
yeah, it
paralysis?
seems like it.
Huh.
Uh, and then that happened. Figure just kind of like slowly dissipated away into the haziness. And then
Interesting.
as the sun rose, the haziness also went away, and then I was no longer paralyzed.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I think there's scientific explanations for sleep paralysis and like what's happening with your brain chemistry and all that stuff. So, but at the same time, that was a pretty in my perspective, it felt like a very paranormal event that I experienced.
That's interesting. I guess I mean, if we want to go with the psyche thing, it could be. Isn't there a thing that's like sometimes dreams for some people like their dreams can overlap with reality when they're like half awake or something.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Well, I don't know. Since you were still in hazy state, maybe that's a possible alternate explanation, I guess.
That might have been it. I don't know. All I know
Mm.
is what I felt and saw.
It's so funny that you're just like, oh hey, what's up, ghost? All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I'm
What's
gonna just chill here.
what's up, bro?
You gonna chill there? Okay, we just chill
Yeah,
here. It's
like
a
that.
nice morning.
Like I literally, I was just having a romantic moment with this ghost as the sun rose. Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
It was weird. Like I didn't, I didn't feel threatened by it, which is such a weird. Because I feel like when you see it,
Ghost is lost. He's confused. He's just squatting there for a while.
yeah. Because I feel like when people see I feel like the normal story of ghosts is like freaking out, like a ghost haunting someone, right?
Hmm.
And but to me, this was just like it was almost like this spirit was just there
Yeah.
chilling. For some reason, I couldn't move. I don't know why. And I was just like, oh, cool.
Yeah. See, that's another thing is like I don't think ghosts yeah, what you were saying a lot of people a lot of the connotation with ghosts for some reason is like malicious or like bad, but I feel like there's a
Yeah.
lot of stories of ghosts that are they're just there. They're
Yeah,
just around.
and I think it depends on the culture too, on how they kind of talk about afterlife.
Yeah, that is true.
Because I think in some cultures there's an idea of like there's just spirits everywhere all the time, and it's like spirits are not evil or good per se. They're just like they're spirits. Like there's good and bad, just like humans. There's cultures that describe ghosts or spirits like that, and then there's cultures where ghosts are like they are a ghost here because they are evil kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
Um, so I think it depends. I think coming from a Asian background, I think I tend to think of spirits more as like a neutral entity.
Yeah, same.
Because I think, at least for us, I don't know if you feel this way, but for me, I've always thought of spirits and ghosts as like they're just here. They're just like
Yeah, yeah. There's like,
and
I don't know,
they
freaking
yeah
dust mites or something just floating
dust
around.
all these dust mites floating around, clogging up the spiritual space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I had an experience when I was young. Here's
I was gonna say, are you gonna share the one from when you were little? Because I feel like that one is
that
spookier.
that one was spooky because okay, I there's a lot of caveats to this. I was young, so maybe my memory is not as good on this because the two stories I just talked about, sleep paralysis, was like preteen and college, so my memory on that is pretty fresh.
Mm,
But this other event that happened to me was when I was like 5,
mm.
so 5 or 6. So like maybe my memory is failing me, but
I don't know. You seemed pretty confident when I've heard you tell it.
yeah, I mean, but what from what I remember, I used to sleep in this bedroom on the second floor in our old house where my bed was in a corner room, and I when I look at my doorway, my bedroom doorway, I'm just looking like down the hallway, the long hallway of our second floor, right?
Dude, hallways, dark hallways. God
Yeah,
damn it.
because so my bedroom is at one end of the hall, and my bed is like literally, uh, well, it's not facing it. It's like if I turn to my side, I'm looking down the hallway, right?
Man, that's like poor bedroom choice as well as bed placement. Like,
Maybe,
God, that's like a perfect setup of like spookiness.
yeah. And then on the other side, at the other end of the hallway, are a pair of double doors that goes into this room, which is called the game room. But it basically like a recreation room or a room. We had our TV there, sofa there, and like I had a bunch of toys there, right? It was a pretty big room, and it was double doors going into that room. And so I usually, because I was a scaredy cat as a kid, and I was the only one sleeping upstairs because our parents slept in the master bedroom, which was on the first floor. So I was by myself on the second floor. I think this is before you were born. Or if you were born, you were a little baby and like you wouldn't have
Yeah,
helped.
whatever. It's not like I would know
You
anything.
wouldn't have helped me anyways if I was in trouble. Um, but like um but like something I would always do before I go to sleep is I would make sure I close those double doors at the other end of the hallway. And then I would also close like my closet door because I had this fear of just like looking into dark space. So I would always close all these doors before I go to sleep. So that night I was probably getting yelled at by my parents or whatever, and like, so I like hastily went to bed without my usual routine of closing all these doors. So those double doors on the other side of the hallway were wide open. Um, and so I go to sleep. I'm tossing and turning, and it's hard for me to fall asleep. I look down the hallway, and then I'm like, immediately I remember my thought was like, oh no, I didn't close the doors.
This little 5-year-old, like, oh no,
Yeah. And at that
no.
point, I was just like in my head, I was like, I'm screwed. Like there's nothing, because I'm not gonna get out of bed at this point. Because to me, I'm like, I'm just in this situation now, and there's no way out of it.
Wait, hold on. You won't even get out of the bed. Like, just turn on the lights in your room.
Nah.
What? Really? Hmm.
I think I was when I was a kid, when I was scared, I freeze up. Like I just don't do anything. So yeah, so I'm looking down this hallway, right? And I just can't sleep because I'm staring at this. And it's just dark space. And you know how your eyes adjust to the darkness uh over time and you can kind of like make out certain things, right?
Hmm.
So I could make out like the doorway, the door frame, right? And that the doors were open. And that was about it because the wall in that game room, the wall that like I can see through the doorway, it's just a blank wall. Like we didn't really have decorations on a wall. There's nothing there, so it was just like a it's just pure darkness basically, right? Um, so I'm sleep or I'm trying to sleep, but I can't sleep. I'm freaking out. It's a 5-year-old kid. And then all of a sudden I see something like slowly come out, like kind of from the side of the door frame. And I can only describe it as a creepy looking like Uncle Sam, you know, like the Uncle Sam posters,
Yeah,
where he's like, "I want you," or
yeah, yeah,
for the U.S. Army, right? That guy.
yeah. Hmm.
It looked like him. It looked like this old dude with a top hat, except he had this like very eerie grin the whole time, like ear to ear, teeth full of teeth grin, and his head was just like sideways, right? His head kind of tilted sideways, was just slowly coming out from the side of the door frame.
Hmm.
Um, and it went as far as probably like his neck or whatever. And I didn't see any
Hmm.
body or anything. It was just like this head. He's just smiling and like his eyes just staring right at me. And I'm like, I'm, I'm like as a 5-year-old, I'm just fully frozen in fear at this point. Like I don't even scream, I don't do anything, and I'm just like, this is the end of me.
5-year-old, this is the end.
This is the end. And yeah, it's just there, looking at me menacingly, like it's a menacing looking grin. And then it slowly just kind of retracts back into the door frame, and then it's gone. Uh, and that
And
was
then what
that.
you do?
And then I don't think I slept that entire night.
You, but you didn't like say you didn't call mom and dad. You just you just
No,
lied there.
I just lied there in fear until daytime.
Oh my god.
And then I think I tried telling mom and dad, but I don't know. They were probably like stupid little kid making up crazy stories. Because I was like scared of everything as a kid, so they were probably sick of hearing me like complain about everything I'm scared about.
Hmm.
Um, so they probably just brushed it off as like, ah, you probably just saw something or whatever. The thing is like, what could I have possibly seen? Because when I look at it during the daytime, it's literally there's nothing there. It's just a blank wall.
There's no like toys
There's
or
no
furniture.
no there's no toys or furniture there.
Is there a window anywhere?
There was
Like
a
on the side?
there was a window, yeah, but it didn't feel like something that you would like a shadow. It was very irregular movements for a shadow. I don't know.
Hmm. I mean, you could have been dreaming.
I could have been dreaming.
Maybe maybe you were already having like crazy vivid like dreams as a kid. Like the
Yeah,
whole psyche projecting to reality.
maybe. I don't know. But that's probably my
Ooh.
scarier paranormal experience.
Insert Twilight Zone music.
Yeah. No, I can't copyright. I don't want to
Ah, damn it.
get no music.
Uh,
Yeah, so those are my experiences, right? And I can't explain it. Uh, all I can say is it happened. That's what I saw.
you know, it's
Um,
funny. You've had these experiences,
mhm.
but you are less scared of things than me. You get less scared than I do.
I think part of it is because I had those experiences.
Oh. So you watch horror movies, you're like, nah, this shit ain't real.
Well, yeah. Well, in a way, as funny as that sounds, in a way, it's like when I watch horror movies that have ghosts in it, I'm just kind of like, well, that's exaggerated. right? Like to me, I'm like that's over the top. Ghosts aren't gonna, they're not gonna do that.
So interesting.
um, so I feel like that kind of, yeah, in a weird way, those experiences have made me like less afraid of ghost movies and stuff.
Hmm.
Because it's
Hmm.
almost like you said, like there's fear of unknown, right? And even though this is still a really massive unknown to me, uh, I have like slightly more known than the average person just because I experienced
I
something.
I am more no.
Yeah, I am more known than you.
Interesting.
Galaxy brain. But yeah, those are, I don't know, it's my spooky experiences.
See.
Yeah. So I like I like exploring these things. It's interesting to me. The paranormal, the creepy. It's fascinating to
I
me.
don't know if I like exploring it in real life. I like horror themes. I think mostly as an aesthetic. I don't know if I want to explore it like an actuality.
Well, I'm not saying I want to go into like a haunted house or something. I'm just saying like
Oh, okay.
it's interesting to me to hear people's stories or stuff like that.
I think it's interesting when I hear people wanting to go into haunted houses, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, is it because you believe in
Like an
ghosts or
actual
because you
haunted
just
house or like a carnival haunted.
no, like actual
Oh,
like urban legend haunted house. Like I don't know if those people actually believe in ghosts or if it's more of a like, oh, this is fun, spooky, that's not real. Let's go experience it or whatever. I don't know.
yeah. I don't think I would want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to either. Like I don't want to take my chances.
I mean, uh, like I kind of believe in like I kind of believe in like mojo and stuff like that. Like kind of like your, I believe in vibes. I'm a very vibe person,
Mhm.
and so I kind of feel like going to places like that is risking throwing off your mojo and messing with your vibe. Like I don't think of it as like you go there, you experience it, and it's like a one-time thing. I feel like worst case scenario is like it fucks with you long term.
Yeah, and for me it's I think it's also knowing that I get scared easy and that I would get paranoid.
Yeah, that too.
So like I know if I go to that kind of thing, it will mess with me whether or not there is anything real.
Right.
It would still mess with me, I think.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's no fun. You don't want to mess with that. Should like
That can stay in fiction. I'll
stay
like
the
draw spooky houses or write about spooky houses. I
yeah,
don't want to go into a spooky house.
yeah. So you could do more of the fun things in Halloween, like dressing up and
Yeah, we're talking about spooky things this
yeah,
whole time.
we're talking about all these spooky things, but there's fun things in Halloween like dressing up and candy and
Mhm.
all kinds of things. I never really well, okay, that's a lie. I was gonna say I never really dressed up for Halloween, but I did as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I think most kids did. Yeah. Did
Not
you
a
have a favorite
ton.
costume?
I mean, I remember a Batman costume when I was little.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, I also remember wearing a Power Rangers costume.
Oh wow. What color?
A Red Ranger. I wanted green.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised it's not green.
Yeah, I wanted Green Ranger. I don't know what happened. Something got lost in translation, and my parents got
That's
me Red Ranger.
that's funny.
Can't really complain about it because it's like they got it for you. But it was still it was cool because I remember I had these gloves and it had like a button inside that you could push on it where you make a fist. So like it would make a punching sound. So you just clench your fist when you punch, and then it makes like a punching sound.
Oh, that's cute.
I had so much fun
Nice.
with that. Yeah. What about you? What did
Man.
you dress up as?
I feel
Can't
like a
remember.
lot of times it's just like princess, quote unquote. Just freaking a dress and a tiara or some shit. It was either that or like
You don't sound very excited about it.
it was either that or like a witch outfit, but like not even really cool, just like kind of a cheap
Uh,
store bought costume, for kids. I did
okay.
like some of I think at least one year I did like whatever princess costume I wore. I think just because I liked the dress or it was pretty or something. But you know what's funny? I don't even think it was like an actual designated princess costume. I think it literally was just like one of my nicer dresses that I wore.
Hmm.
Because I remember I had a Cinderella, literally a Cinderella costume dress, but it was too big for me. I was always like
Oh.
small growing up. So what?
Small. Too small.
You know what's funny though? I've always wanted to do like full out makeup costume and stuff because I've
Yeah.
seen people go full out and it's really cool.
It does seem cool. I tend to get very lazy costumes. Like I'll just buy, yeah, even as a kid, like those costumes were just like a set. You buy it, and you put it on. Like
Yeah, yeah.
there's not a lot of work involved. But it's really cool to see people who go full out with like certain costumes, even when they DIY it or whatever, and they have
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah,
People will like make their own stuff.
they
They
got,
get like all these accessories and like paint
yeah,
it and craft it and shit.
props and all that and
Yeah.
makeup. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like I mean, it's basically like cosplay, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say like cosplay. I
Cosplay
think
is
for
like
Halloween.
cosplay is like
I mean,
Halloween costumes year round.
yeah, yeah. I feel like Halloween is a good excuse for
Everyone to
like a
cosplay.
yeah, anyone really to just like cosplay.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Ah,
I would like to try that, but I just like I don't know what I would. I just like don't know what I would want to dress up as. I think that's my main problem.
oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't know. Spooky things, superhero. I don't know. Cosplay,
I mean,
anime,
probably a cool character or something.
Green Arrow.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to dress up as Green Arrow one time, and people just said I look like a peasant. I mean, to be fair,
Sorry.
I didn't have a bow, I didn't have a
Oh my
quiver,
god.
so it was kind of hard to tell like what the heck I was because I just had like a green hoodie. I mean, I bought an actual like Green Arrow hoodie costume off like Amazon. So
Mm.
it has like some designs on it. It's super cheap,
I
but
mean,
I guess it's hard to tell what it is.
yeah. I mean, maybe in the future. I don't know if you really want to. You could add to it. Just get pieces put together.
Just every year I add one piece to it.
Yes. Oh my god, you should do that.
Like eventually my costume will come to fruition.
Oh my god.
20 years later, I finally become Green Arrow.
The younger people are like, who?
I know, right? Uh, yeah, it would be cool to dress up as a superhero or a anime character.
Hmm.
That'd be cool.
I'd like to try out like a whole. I don't know. I think witch aesthetic is pretty cool. Just because like there's a lot of potential of adding a bunch of accessories. You
Mm.
like wear a freaking like cloak, or just wear layers. Actually, yeah, I could just wear a bunch of layers. It wouldn't be that cold. I could go out with it.
You're
Just
like,
have like
what are you
belts
dressed
and
up
stuff.
as? You're just like, I am warm.
The Mentor from Harry Potter.
Dementor. I think
Uh,
I went trick or treating one time as a as an adult, and I didn't dress up. And then people are like, "We're not dressed up as anything," and I'd be like,
what the fuck?
and I'm
You
like,
dressed up as an adult?
"No, no,
What
no,
does that even mean?
no, I was an adult, but I wanted free
Oh,
candy, so I went trick or
oh, oh.
treating." But I didn't have a costume, and then people would be like, What are you supposed to be?" And I'd be like, "I am a high school student. I'm an adult pretending to be a high school student."
That's funny.
I feel kind of bad because like it's basically just
Because you were just going around getting
I,
candy
I was basically
that
just
would have been other kids. So basically, you're indirectly stealing candy from
I
kids.
was okay. I only went to a few houses, all right? I didn't go. It's not like I went sweeping through the
Yeah.
neighborhood. I just
I
like
know, I just imagine you like fucking like how people set out bowls of candy for people to pick one, and like the kids are running into it. You just sprint past them and grab the bowl and run
you like shove kids out of the way.
away.
Uh,
Oh,
no, I only went to a few houses before like shame took over, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
oh my god, it's fucking hilarious.
Look, when you're a poor college student, you'll do anything for free food.
Wow, I'm surprised. The oldest I went trick or treating was probably high school, I think.
Uh,
And then I definitely stopped after that. Hmm.
I don't know why I went trick or treating. Did you go trick or treating? I can't remember. Did we ever go together?
I don't even know if we went together because you always went with your friends. Because
Yeah,
I was, being younger, like our age gap, is more significant when we're younger. So you
yeah.
had your group of friends, and I think a lot of times I was just with mom and dad. I think we may have gone together once.
I think by the time you were old enough to be trick or treating, I was kind of over it.
That's true. Yeah.
So I feel like we never kind of overlapped on our trick or treating days.
Hmm. Dude, you know what's kind of sucks? I think I only went trick or treating with friends like one time.
Dang.
Yeah, I think all the other years it was always with mom and dad.
Wow.
I think maybe once or twice with friends.
I
I only
mean,
remember one time with
I
friends.
mean, you know what's weird is like, this is gonna make me sound kind of old, but I feel like trick or treating has changed.
Times have changed.
Times have
Trick or
changed.
treating has
Back
changed.
back in my day. No,
Yeah,
like
what?
no, yeah. I just feel like
I don't know. I've not been paying attention to what trick or treating is
well,
like
I just
nowadays.
feel like when I was young, it was like people didn't care as much about like what kids did.
Yeah, what? There's some more irresponsible parents. Just
No, like
send their kids out the door. Yeah, whatever. Do whatever you want.
well,
Don't
okay.
drown.
It's kind of like I feel yeah, sort of.
Oh my god.
No, like it's kind of like when I was a kid. I feel like we were still in that era of like uh some people would like not lock their front doors. Kids just go out, they hang out outside, and then parents are just like, just make sure you come home for dinner or whatever.
Man, I guess that is kind of crazy to think
But
about.
but
Was
I
that
feel
common
but I feel
that
like
people didn't lock their doors?
I feel like I mean we did because our parents are uh very careful and cautious people.
It's so interesting. I feel like I'm used to locking doors all the time.
But I remember as a kid, I remember seeing houses in a neighborhood where they would like they would even keep their door open.
Wait, do you mean
Uh,
like on a regular basis, not just like festivity time? Because
yeah,
that's
like
kind of
just
different.
sometimes they're just I don't know, they're trying to maybe getting some fresh air in the house or something. Like they would just like open the front door, leave it open for a bit.
Oh, hmm.
Or maybe they're out I don't know, like I just felt like I feel like back then it was much more like you weren't worried about stuff. Like you weren't worried about locking up and like being afraid of I don't know, something going wrong. I feel like nowadays it's like you don't really hear about parents just letting their kids go out and just like wander and do stuff because there's all these stories of like kids get kidnapped or kids run into like predators, not like
Hmm.
animal predators, but like
Yeah,
like
yeah, I'm aware.
human yeah predators and then
Uh-uh.
or like or just the kids themselves together do really stupid stuff and get hurt. Uh, which
Hmm.
I don't know. I guess kids have always been doing stupid stuff and getting hurt. It just seems like more extreme now for some reason.
I wonder about that. I wonder if it's more extreme or if it's just being um brought to light more, or yeah, I don't know.
Maybe, but I don't know. Do you feel? I mean, you're only. Uh, I mean, we're still technically the same generation. So I don't know, but do you feel that way? Like nowadays, there's much more precaution on what we let kids do.
Uh, kind of. I don't know. I honestly felt like throughout much of my childhood, I don't think our parents really pushed me or let me do much on my own, I think. Anyways, because I didn't hang
Mm,
out with friends that often, really.
okay.
And um, I don't know, maybe nowadays kids are also just more distracted by other things, you know,
The internet,
technology. Yeah,
technology,
internet. So maybe some kids just aren't even really interested in going out or something. I don't know.
maybe. Uh, yeah. But I feel like trick or treating now, there's like all these things they try to make sure like everything is safe, which is great. I mean, that's good that they're making sure kids are being safe and all that. Uh, but I feel like when I was a kid, it was literally just like go out, do whatever, get candy.
Yeah.
Uh, because there was like that one story. Was this in the 90s? I don't even know where this news story was from. I feel like it's an older news story about like a kid eating candy and there was like razor blades in it or something.
Oh, yeah, like
That's a
fucked up candy or
yeah. I
whatever.
think that's an old story.
That's interesting. I never really looked up as that like news stories about it, but I know like her mom was always warning me about not eating Halloween candy.
Yeah, I would like get Halloween candy and then not
And I never get to eat any of
not
it.
be allowed to eat it. Yeah, our
Yeah.
parents forbid us from eating our Halloween candy.
Yeah.
They would like they would rather just buy candy and give it to us than have us eat what other people give us or what strangers give
Mhm.
us.
But it's not as fun.
Yeah, because you get like a weird, crazy assortment of candies when you get it from different people.
Yeah.
I
There's
feel like,
something about taking candy from other people.
well, yeah, that. And I remember as a kid, I would like organize it. I would like separate them into
Hmm.
piles and whatever.
Mm.
Um, yeah. But what I would do later on is I would go to my friend's house after trick or treating and just eat it there. So our
Wow.
parents didn't know.
Wow. The confession has come out.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things I kept from our parents when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, same. Uh,
But yeah, we did that. Did you have a favorite candy? Or do you have a favorite candy now, I
yeah,
guess?
like in general, yeah, like now.
Yeah.
Um, Probably. Are we counting chocolate? Yeah, chocolate. I guess kind of counts. Twix,
Yeah, of course
probably.
chocolate is candy.
Well, there's fancy chocolate sometimes
Are
is
there,
like.
wait, hold on. Are there people who don't think chocolate is candy?
Well, would you consider like fancy chocolate candy?
Yes.
Cause really? Okay.
What is it then?
Well, because there's some connotations of candy just of being candy is like cheap or whatever,
What? I don't think
and
that way.
fancy chocolate is not cheap. Uh,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
choc
I mean, I guess
including
there is like sweets that are fancy and they're technically candy,
well,
so I guess it's all candy.
I mean, maybe both. Like, what's your favorite fancy chocolate slash candy, and then what's your favorite just kind of like a normal, uh, mass-produced candy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I think that's the difference. Um, Wait, fancy chocolate?
Do you have a
Probably
favorite
like
fancy?
probably the Royce chocolate.
Oh yeah,
It's so good.
that's so good. For people who don't know, it's a this like Japanese brand of chocolate
Hmm. It's so smooth.
called Royce.
I'm pretty sure that's a fancy chocolate. I mean, or probably something from
I mean,
Europe. I don't know.
there's probably more fancy stuff out there, but I mean
Yeah,
that's fancy to me. It tastes good.
yeah. Other
Yeah,
candies.
what about
Well,
more mass-produced candies?
I like Twix.
Twix.
What else do I like? Twix is definitely favorite. Like other types of candies that I enjoy, maybe like Skittles, Nerds.
Nerds.
Uh,
Interesting.
yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I like Nerds,
I'm not big.
sweet and crunchy.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, I generally like any candy that is not too sticky, I guess. Pretty much.
Skittles are kind of sticky.
They're not too bad. They don't really get stuck as bad as like freaking, I don't know, Laffy Taffy or
Oh yeah, Laffy Taffy is really sticky.
yeah, or like some gummies.
Yeah.
I feel like jelly beans. I don't know. I like jelly beans, but sometimes they get pretty sticky also.
Well, aren't jelly beans like sticky? Aren't their stickiness kind of on the same level as Skittles?
Yeah, maybe they are. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know. It's been a long time.
I love jelly beans, but it's got to be certain flavors.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, I think
Interesting.
those are my candies. Oh, Snickers. I like Snickers.
Oh, Snickers. Okay.
What do you like?
Well, I used to be a diehard Milky Way fan.
Hmm.
Like I would trade people for Milky Ways. That's how much I liked it.
Hmm.
But now I don't necessarily like them as much anymore. I mean, I'll still eat them, but it just kind of feels like it lacks something. It's like a little too boring when I eat a
Uh,
Milky Way because there's nothing
okay.
in it. It's like it's just I don't know what how to describe it. Like there's no nuts, there's no like it's just caramel and chocolate, I think.
Hmm.
Is that right? Milky Way.
Well, it's caramel chocolate, and then there's like a little bit of I don't remember, like a marshmallowy kind of thing, maybe. There's
Is it
like a third
actually?
thing. There's a third thing in there.
Isn't Musketeers the one with the marshmallowy?
Oh, well, okay, maybe not marshmallowy, but there's something in there. I
There's
think.
there's something in there.
We gotta look it up.
Uh, but yeah, I don't know. It's Milky Way's all right, but
Hmm.
uh, I actually really like Almond Joys, which I know aren't the most popular, but I like the combination of like coconut and chocolate.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Even when I eat fancier chocolates, I still like there's certain
Oh yeah, some chocolates have
chocolates
like
with
coconut
yeah with
coating or
coconut
whatever.
yeah.
Hmm.
I really like those. There's something about coconut and chocolate to me that just like it goes really well together.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I guess in terms of fruity, so I really like gummy bears
Hmm.
for a more fruity thing. I like Starburst, but I feel like it's really sticky and bad for my teeth.
Yeah, probably.
But I really like Starburst. Oh, you know what I also really like that I haven't had in a long time?
Hmm.
Swedish fish.
Oh, hmm. A lot of people like Swedish fish, I think.
It's so good, and I don't know why.
I don't think it was ever a big thing for me. I mean, I'll eat it, but hmm.
Now I
Is
really
that
want to
just
eat
gummy?
Swedish
I
fish.
forget. It is just, it's like gummy,
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of a gummy thing. I don't even know what's the flavor. I mean, 'cause it's just like I mean it's
It's like all
red,
red. Yeah.
but I don't know what's the actual flavor of a Swedish fish.
Mm, whatever Swedish fish tastes like.
No, it's not, it doesn't taste like an actual fish. That'd be nasty. Can you imagine like
There should
buy
be a jelly bean flavor that's like Swedish fish, but then you don't know if it's like actual Swedish fish flavor or like it's just fish flavor.
somebody should like
Oh god.
make candy like based on what its actual name is.
What the fuck is Milky Ways? Bunch of like stars. What would that even be?
Or it could just be like milk.
Milk candy.
Condensed milk. That
Nice.
would be good. Milk candy. Oh, what was that?
Wait. Oh yeah, you remember the fucking like milk candies we eat from like the Japanese I think
Yeah.
milk candy?
What the heck was that? That brown
Was that
thing?
milk candy? Yeah. Was it like milk?
Yeah, it was like
But
that milk something.
Was it milk or was it like milk and caramel?
I think it's kind of some kind of caramel, like milky and caramel.
Wow, I'm just like suddenly, man. If I've been thinking about like American candy,
Yeah,
but if we think about like Asian candy, that's like a whole other category.
that's true.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
And Asian candies have a very distinct like fruit flavor for their fruit candies. It's like it's
Yeah,
different than American fruit candies.
well, yeah. I mean, there's like freaking melon flavor and stuff.
Yo, melon flavor. Okay, melon flavor is so good.
Yeah, yeah, I like it.
I love
Oh
melon
man,
flavor.
yeah, we've even like there's like fruit gummies, like Asian fruit gummies. There's like the apple flavor, melon, there's grape, probably peach. Oh, peach is another common flavor I think for candies
Oh
in
yeah.
Asian candies. I mean, it exists in American candies or Western candies, but I feel like not quite as common.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Now I just really want to eat candy.
Ah.
What I feel like half our podcast is end on us wanting to eat something.
That's our cue. We're gonna wrap up the podcast. We're gonna go eat
Or
some
well,
candy
yeah,
now.
when we start obsessing over food, that's when we should wrap up the podcast.
That's how we should end it. It's like, all right, time to eat. Goodbye.
Yeah, we have been talking for quite a bit. I think we've gone for a while now, so
Yeah,
it is about that time.
we hit the points. We talked about Halloween, spooky stories, costume, trick or
Yeah,
treating, candy.
yeah,
Yeah,
all the big Halloween topics.
yeah,
I would like to know what people's favorite candies are.
yes. Favorite candies? And your what favorite costume? Favorite part of Halloween? Is it the
Oh,
decorations, trick or treating, or whatever else you do? I don't
yeah,
know. How do you guys celebrate Halloween?
yeah, those are great questions. Share it with us. I'd love to know. All right.
Mm.
Well, thanks for listening to our podcast. I'm Hezru.
I am Lunmie.
Please give us a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this.
Smack the like button.
Smack
Punch
it.
the subscribe button.
Ew.
Kick the notification button.
Go back to our violent ways.
I don't know. Freaking do whatever. Do all those
Drop,
things for
drop
not. I don't
kick.
know.
The subscribe button. Uppercut. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening. Let's catch you guys in the next one, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Bye bye.